That's some storm we're having. Welcome to Gothic Homemaking, where Halloween season has begun. Well, it has for us Halloween home decor hunters anyway. You know, recently, a young lady posted on my social media, and she wrote something like, "Halloween's gonna be canceled this year." To which I replied, "Bullshit." No, I never curse on the internet anymore. Not since I somehow became everybody's spooky dad. In any case, look, we've been on lockdown for months. I don't have a concert in sight. Sure, Halloween parades may get canceled and Halloween parties and nightclubs may get canceled. But no one, and I mean no one, is going to stop me from celebrating Halloween in my own home. Isn't that right, Orville? And Halloween begins with Halloween home decor hunting. The very first store to show their offerings for 2020 is At Home Stores. Now, there isn't one anywhere near me here in New York City, so I called a car and I ventured to the wilds of New Jersey. But I didn't go alone. I brought with me a very good friend. Her name is Anna. She bears a remarkable resemblance to a nymph who lives in my freezer. That's cold. Take a look. Our story begins with two spooky city folks venturing to the suburbs to visit an at-home store. With great anticipation, we entered the threshold. Immediately, we were elated and literally squeed with glee to see the first Halloween decorations of the season. I don't think I've been this happy to see little plastic skeletons and skeletal bats ever. And everything in this end cap was under $10.
I love those prices so much I could marry them.
Don't you dare.
Now, there's a lot to unpack here, so I'm going to do my very best to break it down by the different themes we saw there. Naturally, there are many spooky and skull-themed items that span the spectrum from the kitschy and whimsical to the elegantly macabre. At Home really stood out to me last year with their Games of Thrones, Lord of the Rings-ish, undead royalty theme. And that's back again this year, along with some of their best items from last year. This year they have a black and red theme going on, and that's sure to delight many goths who love the black and red color scheme. If that's you, let me tell you, you are definitely going to find some amazing items for year-round use in your lair. Like these amazing cushions. And of course, everything matches with black. They have red velvet skulls and white velvet pumpkins. I particularly loved these. I especially love the design of the stem. Anna talked me out of buying them, saying that they'd get dirty quickly, but honestly, I really regret not picking them up. Anna seemed to really love the red velvet skulls. Come to think of it, she loved all of the skulls. Every time I looked at her, she was holding a skull. Honestly, I think she fondled every single skull in that whole store. Including this oil slick unicorn skull. Seriously, no skull was safe from her mitts on that hallowed day.
I kind of want to make a dress out of these.
A whole dress?
A whole dress. Maybe cut the back off and then link them together. I think it could be really good. And they're lightweight too, so it's really nice.
Seriously, every damn skull. Now this skull really intrigued me because it's so unusual, and yet I'm presently working on something frighteningly similar to it. How does that even happen? Is it magic? Speaking of magic, another popular theme from years past is back, and that's the psychic and divination themes with elements of dreams and fortune telling. And those items come mostly in celestial colors. But the color scheme that really surprised me was this one. Muted greens with golds and natural colors are not usually common for Halloween items, but it seems to be an extension of At Home's Middle-earth and fantasy themes, and that's really evident by the fact that there are so many dragon-related items this year. There's even a dragon eye sculpture that lights up that is sure to delight you fantasy fans. And while green is not really my thing, I truly appreciate that At Home seems to constantly be exploring new ways to celebrate Halloween. I think that's really commendable. In that section I found this bottle with a removable cork, and you all know how much I love that. And I think it'll look great in my apothecary cabinet. Speaking of useful, I always pick up some of these creepy gauze fabrics, which I have a dozen uses for. I also really like the black and white snakeskin motif they have this year. And I think these snakeskin candle holders are a very tasteful choice for year-round use. And as I'm always on a mission to eliminate clutter in the lair, I loved this storage solution in the shape of a creepy tome. And this whimsical white pumpkin with glittery bats really tickled my fancy. But for my must-have items, those would be the white velvet pumpkins, so I guess I'll be picking those up online, as well as the mineralized skull, which is already on display in my bathroom. Honorable mention goes to the cauldron, which I really wanted for my spooky kitchen, but I didn't like the wrinkly surface. In short, At Home's aesthetics are so broad that whichever way you choose to celebrate Halloween, there seems to be something for all Halloween fanatics. One thing's for sure, they definitely didn't cancel Halloween. It's full steam ahead this year at Home. Let me tell you, it was ridiculously exciting to see the first Halloween decorations of the year. And to anyone who says Halloween's canceled this year, to them I say that's pure codswallop. Hogwash, balderdash, bullpucky, baloney, malarkey, rubbish. You want to throw a few in here? It's nonsense. I am determined to make this year the best Halloween ever. There's going to be pumpkin carving here at the Lair of Voltaire. I'm going to make Halloween cocktails and Halloween cupcakes. I'm going to put on a costume and put up Halloween decorations. I'm going to watch horror movies and listen to spooky music. And I'll throw a Halloween party on Zoom if I have to. And if I can't go out trick-or-treating to collect candy, I'm just going to buy myself a giant coffin full of candy. Buy yourself candy, fool. I'm not your dad.